What do you get when you have two attractive people starring in a movie titled Ghosted? No, no, Ghosted. Let's please not compare. Cutting straight to the point on this one, because for some reason I feel like this movie calls for that when talking about it. Good thing or bad thing? I guess we're about to find out. So Ghosted is a brand new Apple original film starring Chris Evans and Ana de Armas, directed by Dexter Fletcher. The movie follows Cole, a farmer and vendor, who one day ends up meeting Sadie, a beautiful woman who Cole spends an amazing day with, and eventually falls for her. After she fails to return his many texts, he decides to surprise her while she's away internationally, only to be abducted and caught in the middle of an arms deal. And that's when it's revealed that Sadie is in fact a CIA agent, and together they must save the world. Now, I don't mean to rip into this movie right away, but from the very beginning, this movie almost feels like an advertisement, which felt really weird because if it were in fact an advertisement, you'd have no idea what the heck they're even advertising. Just the way it was shot and the overall tone, it just felt like a cheesy commercial of some kind. Which honestly wouldn't have been the worst thing if the movie was in fact self-aware and played with that tone. But it seems like they really weren't aware and were trying to come off charming, but it just all falls flat. From the moment Cole and Sadie meet, you don't really buy into their banter. You don't really buy into their flirting either. Now, Chris Evans and Ana de Armas as actors are both great in their own right. And considering they've both worked together before, I'm sure they get along well and are comfortable with each other. But for some reason, here their chemistry just felt forced and in almost no way believable. And I've got to acknowledge these things early on because it really is almost immediately that these things are evident. Also, the predictability is real. I kept calling what was going to happen next, and each time I was right. But it wasn't even satisfying. I was honestly frustrated by it. Too many things in this movie play out so generically, and just follows the same kind of premise we've seen 1,000 times at this point. Even my explanation of this movie's plot felt generic, because I just didn't know how else to explain it. Now, I will give credit where credit is due. Do Chris Evans and Ana de Armas give great performances? For what they had to work with, you can sort of say yes.
You're the taxman.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
But that's only because they're talented enough to do so, with whatever it is they're working with. And though their chemistry falls flat with each other, in their own right you can still tell they were at least trying, to some extent. Also, the movie does offer some decent action. Nothing exactly mind-blowing, but still entertaining enough to when the action is actually going down, you're not exactly bored. There were also a few cameos here and there that were unexpected. The movie did try to be fun, which I'll give it credit for the attempt.
I swallowed a rock.
But overall, the movie just doesn't live up to much. Even the premise itself isn't anything great, so when it comes to its execution, there's not a lot to live up to anyway. And in many ways, this movie feels like a bad MCU movie. And I'm not just saying that because it stars Chris Evans.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
Bad jokes thrown in stressful situations, cheesy one-liners, cliche and predictable plot points. It just followed too much along the line. Ghosted is just one of those movies where everyone involved is so much better than this. It's always so hard for me to understand how so much talent can be a part of something that just falls short on every end. It sucks when you want something to be great, but you just have to walk away knowing it wasn't. Which is why Ghosted gets a 4 out of 10. So how would you rank Ghosted? Let me know down below. As always, your time is appreciated, and I'll catch you on the next one.